It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so real interesting stuff happening in the middleweight division. You guys know that recently I made a video reacting to the fact that Andre Rozier, who is part of Demetrius Andrade's team, recently stated that basically Andrade will move back down from 68 down to 160. Now, I think that's a foolish move because he just went up to 68, and it was told to me in the media that Andrade physically cannot make 160. So if he's able to somehow make 160 after we were told he couldn't make 160 when he was supposed to fight Johnny Beck, then I'm just going to feel naturally like we were lied to and that he did go up to 68 for just the payday. And it's going to be sad to admit, but like Canelo was right? So I don't like that. But that being said, if he's coming to 60, there's still some good fights there for him. Hopefully he can make that weight in a healthy fashion because Andrade at 160 was a damn good fighter. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You know, guys up there aren't as big as the gargoyles at 68 like Benavidez or Morel. So make of that what you will. But one fight that Andre Rozier mentioned for Andrade was that he would like Demetrius Andrade to fight, Carlos Adames, the WBC interim champion, which I found very intriguing and very interesting. Now, Adames, really and truthfully, it's sad because Jamal Charlo has gotten special treatment from the WBC and he really should be stripped. Truthfully, Carlos Adames is the real WBC champion because Jamal Charlo refuses to really do anything to as far as defending the belt. Even his last fight, the fight that he had against Jose Benavidez Jr., it was a non-title fight, right? So he still hasn't actually officially defended the belt in well over 2 years. Going on 3 years in June, right? Was it 3 years? Yeah, I think it's 3 years. Anyway, he hasn't defended the belt. He's not a real WBC champion. So, Adames caught wind of what Rozier was saying about Andrade wanting to fight him, and he told him bluntly, he said, look, I want to fight. What do you need me to do, Mr. Rozier? So listen, Carlos Adames is down to fight Demetrius Andrade. Andrade is with the PBC, or at least he was for these last couple of fights. I don't know if he's still with them, but he's fought on the platform before. So, I don't think that whole side of the equation is going to hold things up. I think this would be a good fight for the middleweight division because, Andrade needs a big-time win. Adames needs a big-time win. There's not a whole ton of, great fights. Like when you really check under the hood and you look at the landscape of what's going on at 160, I mean, let's have a look. You got Adames, who's the interim champion. You got Jamal Charlo, who's the regular the real WBC champion, right? Quote unquote. But Lara is not going to fight Adames because Lara's been ordered to fight Michael Zarafa. Johnny Beck and Top Rank don't seem to be very keen on making the Adames fight, so I think him fighting for the IBF or WBO is out of the question for the time being. And then when we look at the WBC rankings as to who could fight Adames, I mean, you got Miriam Nurmagomedov. That's not going to be a big money fight for him. You got Chris Eubank Jr., who has a high guarantee. I don't see him fighting Adames because the money that won't be right. I know that for a fact. I know for 1,000% fact Chris Eubank Jr. is not going to fight Carlos Adames because the money is not going to be anywhere close to what he's used to getting paid. He has high guarantees that he normally gets from the UK fighting on the platforms there. So that's not going to happen. And then you got Elijah Garcia at 3. Now, I like Elijah Garcia. I think that would be a great fight because it's PBC on PBC. Elijah Garcia had a banner year, and he's looking to move fast. He wants to be a champion now. Like, he's not looking to wait around. So apart from Elijah Garcia, I don't really see many better options for Adames than a Demetrius Andrade fight. The whole question just becomes, honestly, because it's all good for Andre Rozier to talk and say, hey, Boo Boo we want Boo Boo to fight you, but the question is, could Andrade actually make the 160 limit? Because I have a long memory when it comes to this boxing thing, and Demetrius Andrade is one of my favorite fighters. So anytime I've ever talked about him on video, I remember everything that I've said. Demetrius Andrade clearly said he couldn't make 160 when Johnny Beck became his mandatory when he was WBO champion. Okay, he's been at 68. He fought his first fight at 168 was around this time last year. And in fact, it was on this exact date last year, January 7th. I'm showing this on January 7th, 2024. He fought on January 7th, 2023 against Damon Nicholson last year. Then he fought Benavidez. So he had 2 fights at the weight. He's been a 68-pounder for the whole year now. So to get his body to suck all the way back down to 60 when he was there for, he was there for a long time. I mean, Andrade won the WBO vacant title against Walter Kakadawa in 2018. And his last fight at middleweight was what he fought Quigley, right? Was it Quigley? I think it was Quigley. That was like in 2022 or whatever. I'm getting all these years mixed up now, but you get what I'm saying. He had like about a solid 4-year run, 4 years at 160. Then he moved up to 68. So it's not like he was settled in that middleweight. So my thing is, if his body was coming to that weight and he couldn't make it no more, and that's why he wanted, and that's the real reason he went up to 68, then I'm gonna think it's gonna be very difficult for him to get down to 60. But look, if Andrade could get back down to 160, that would be great for the middleweight division. The middleweight division needs top-end talent like Demetrius Andrade. I think him versus Adames would be a great fight because we've seen Adames when he's in shape, because the Adames at 160 is much better than the Adames that we had at 154. The Adames at 160, is in shape. He's got versatile boxing skills. He can be the power puncher out of the southpaw and orthodox stance. He is one of the most well-rounded middleweights in the world today. And I think that if you just go off of all Andrade's 160 opponents that he actually fought in the ring, Adames would hands down be the best fighter he has fought. So if he can get down to the weight healthily, I would love. But yeah, like I'm saying, I would love that fight for the middleweight division because the middleweight division is in desperate need of top end talent like a Demetrius Andrade. So I'll definitely be watching what Andrade does from here on out as far as this whole potential move back down to 160. Because look, I still think the story ain't quite over yet for him. There may be some great finishing touches for him to put on the end. And look, if he can get down to the middleweight, I think the Johnny Beck fight would be bigger now than it was back then, which could bode well for him. So. Yeah, make it that what you will. But Andrade is being linked to fight Carlos Adames by his trainer, by one of his coaches, Andre Rozier, and Adames has made it very clear that if he can make 160, he wants that fight. So what do you guys think about it? Who are you favoring? Leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure you subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.